What is something that people don't know about the independent artist lifestyle?
Does things their own way, but like I pretty much do everything now. Like I've had booking agents and I've had like managers before. And that can be super helpful.
Sure.
For me, it also feels like gets in the way of like my freedom of what I want to do and when I want to do it.
Yeah.
And so there's like a really good plus side to being independent, but like everything else you have to do is a lot.
What are some of those rituals that you kind of go to?
So I actually am pretty routine.
Okay.
I like walk. One of the things I do, the reason I'm here is reconnecting with what I enjoy about music.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily enjoy the social media stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't really like, but it's so necessary to exist anymore.
All right, and welcome back to the Real Country Podcast, guys. This is Nikki, and this week we get to speak with one of the most brightest, authentic voices in country music, I believe. And I feel like anytime anyone says your name, it's spoken out at like a whisper because you're so like, you're almost like an infamous legend. Rachel Brooke. It's Rachel Brooke. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm super stoked about this. Like we said, we were kind of like shooting it before we even got on here because I was going to ask you, like, what are you in for? What are you in Nashville for? Not like jail, but what are you here for?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm here because, it's been a while since I've been on the road.
Yeah.
And so I just came to Nashville to basically just hang out with friends.
Oh,
and
fun.
pick
Okay.
And have a good time. And I'm also playing Honky Tonk Tuesday. So I'm kind of here just to like
There you go.
have fun and, connect with my soul again.
Yeah. So you have a lot of friends here that you kind of come to write with, play with, and do all that stuff. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to make it out to Honky Tonk Tuesday. I haven't been there in a hot second, but I really love it. I love that event.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've played it before, so it'll be like St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
little did I totally forgot. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So it'd be
green.
fun. Yeah. You have to.
Play Galway Girl while you're up there.
Yeah, I was thinking like, am I gonna play a Irish song? And the only one I know is Danny Boy.
Okay.
And so it might happen. It might not.
Yeah.
We'll
go with the flow.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing in Nashville. Is just going with the flow.
I love that.
I don't want to have anything.
Yeah, on your schedule.
Yes.
There you go. Well, last night it sounded like it was fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I met up with my friends, Rosie Nolan.
Oh, yeah. We love Rosie.
Yes. So we met up and we went just like around town. We went to Santa's and then we went to Skinny Dennis and just kind of, had a good time.
Nice. Did you do karaoke while you're at Santa's?
I did not.
No?
Nope. I didn't. I just, they bring artists up there to play and sing. And I just had a good time watching.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to not have to work. Like, not have to be the artist in that scenario. You're just kind of there to have fun. Yeah.
That's exactly it. No pressure.
Yeah. It's not like you're busy otherwise, right? You're just doing everything basically for your career, not,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything.
I think I was reading this spot that someone wrote about you where you're kind of talking about your take on what it is to be an independent artist, where you're doing literally everything.
Yes.
What is something that people don't know about the independent artist lifestyle?
Okay. So, everybody's different. Everybody, does things their own way, but like I pretty much do everything now. Like I've had booking agents and I've had like managers before, and that can be super helpful.
Sure.
But it can also, for me, it also feels like gets in the way of like my freedom of what I want to do and when I want to do it.
Yeah.
And so there's like a really good plus side to being independent, but like everything else you have to do is a lot.
Yeah.
So like I, throughout the years, have learned how to do pretty much everything. Booking, all of like the backside of like, releasing music, all the stuff that like a lot of, people don't really like realize that you have to do for releasing a record. You know what I mean? Like, but the cool thing is like through the years, I've made a lot of like connections with people.
Sure.
And like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of just like, I feel like I can do this. Like I know people who, in this world that have been supportive and helpful, and people I've known for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And they're still doing it. Like they're still doing like, whatever it is that they're doing in the industry, like writers or booking, venues or whatever, like they're still there too, like after all this time. So it's like, I think I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've made a lot of like connections and, but anyway, your question like about what I have to do.
Yeah.
Like everything. Everything.
People don't realize
Yes.
what everything means. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, especially because it's like everything costs money.
Yep.
And that's, that's okay. I mean, people deserve to be paid for the work that they do.
Oh, absolutely.
But as a independent artist who doesn't really have a ton of like investment or, you know what I mean, like money, I have to literally learn how to do it myself.
Yeah.
And, I'm okay with it. I've learned a lot.
You keep that creative freedom.
Yes.
You keep, everything basically. I always find it fascinating because I have to kind of like step between the two worlds. Like the artists are the creators, like you are, singer, songwriter, producing too in some cases. But then on the flip side, you have to kind of shut all that off and then become the business owner.
Yes.
And do all the finances, the booking, the management, the design, the, social media marketing, the release.
Yes. You're so right though too, because it's like I actually can't be the same person
at the same time.
Yeah. So like there's like a side that has to be the artist or whatever, like where I'm creating, like that's a whole other side of me that I have to like get into.
Sure.
And then there's a whole other side that is the sit at a desk and do the typing and the emails and the registering and all that kind of stuff. Those two people aren't the same.
No, they're not.
They're not the same person.
The same.
Yeah. And so like right now I have a new record coming out. I'm in that phase of like, I'm like registering the music, sending out emails. My vinyl just came, so I had to like, create the artwork and all that kind of stuff for it and send it out and like, you know what I mean? It's just like all that kind of stuff. I can't really always be creative.
Right.
When I'm doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the downside. I wish that I could be creative all the time because then I would have so much more things coming out, but I'm doing it alone. So it's like 6 months of the year I'm like doing this and then like 6 months I'm doing this and, so that kind of sucks. But
yeah. So you're like in the PR phase of it right now
yes.
or the pre-marketing,
yes.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Doing what I can, you know what I mean? Because it's like, also this industry is very strange right now.
Oh,
when it comes to.
Indeed. Yes. The strangest of the strange right now.
Yes. And so it's really kind of like going with the flow, throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks, and not having any expectations. Because if you have expectations in this industry, you're going to fall flat on your face and be sad.
Yeah. That's an interesting way to put it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. It's like, so I'm literally going into this record and releasing this record. I'm just like, hey, this is my new music. Like, I hope you like it. I hope it connects with people. I hope that like they will appreciate it. But, whether or not it actually reaches new folks, like I literally have no control over
Sure.
that.
Yeah. That's like bowing to the algorithm that's across like multiple different streaming, socials, all the things.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
Well, what's it called? I'm excited for it.
So, my new record is This One's For You.
This one's for you.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah,
You.
exactly. Yeah, so it's 10 songs. This One's For You is kind of a cool song. I actually talk about like that thing exactly about like the algorithms and like I also talk about like AI and music and shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going deep into the stuff that nobody else really talks about. Yeah.
Yes, because it's like so frustrating. It affects our lives so much. I can't just pretend it's not happening. It comes out in my art, you know what I mean? And so that song kind of touches on a whole bunch of different things. So I'm excited for everybody to hear
This one for you. It talks about that.
Yes.
Is it like this one's for you, the artist? Like, are you talking to other artists in that? Or?
Yeah, actually that song is sort of like it's like artists in this world and what we are going through.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. I love it when it relates to like, I feel like that one's going to crush then because everybody's kind of going on that same roller coaster with you right there. Like, what the heck is AI doing in music anyway? Like, what are we doing?
No, for real. It's like, it's really strange the song John Henry, Johnny Cash's version, he says something so cool. He says, did the Lord, he says, if the Lord meant machines ought to take the place of living, then what's a substitute for bread and beans? Do engines get rewarded for their steam? And it's like, just like today and AI, you know what I mean? It's like, what, you know what I mean? Like, it's just really interesting. And I always like think about that song because it's like exactly what artists are going through now.
Sure.
Like back when machines took over like farming and stuff like that, like that's what we're going through now as artists. Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. That next evolution.
Yeah.
I know it's a hot button topic. I feel like I kind of had a conversation about it with another gentleman. It kind of like leaned on if you're using AI in the creation process, like I think that's been done for a while, like if we consider auto-tune AI or like you're using machines in the production to like enhance the sound or whatnot, but using it to fully replace the entire work, it just robs, I feel like, that of the meaning of art itself. There's no emotion behind it. There's no experience.
Yes, that and the fact that somebody is being successful in it. So like, for instance, like Spotify and all that kind of like, there's like AI artists that are making money.
Millions upon millions of dollars.
It's like, what about like real people who are making beautiful art?
Yeah.
And meaningful songs, and they're not making anything on Spotify.
Right.
It's a system that's really tough.
It's bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really tough. It's a very interesting time to be an independent artist. It's and even like independent labels. I mean, I think everybody is just like, what do we do?
Yeah.
It's strange.
But I like your notion about just like when you're in this space, kind of figuring out how to promote, you just do whatever and see if it sticks.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can, I guess, like I'm just not one to like really want to learn about like the tricks of like the algorithm. So maybe there are things that work, but it feels like they change so fast.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. They change really quickly. And so on top of everything else that independent artists have to do, I just don't have time to keep up.
Yeah, girl. We don't have time to be trying to figure out the algorithms.
Right.
But still, to you're saying like be adaptive and not restrictive a little bit. Like don't be rigid, kind of like.
That's exactly it.
Try to figure out what works.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I read somewhere that you're from one of the northern states. Is it
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. I was like, I'm going to probably say it wrong. So were you surprised today when it was snowing, or were you like, I'm right at home?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. Well, it's funny because like there was this huge snowstorm that just happened yesterday when I came down from Michigan. And so I kind of dodged it.
Yeah.
And it was like 80 yesterday here.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is so great. And then of course
You brought it with you.
It came with me.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm used to it, but I wish it was warmer.
Sure.
I
I can hear a little bit of it in now that you're talking, I was like, I can hear a little bit of it in her voice. Just kind of
maybe you brought it up Michigan and then I just like went into it.
You went back into it's like the O's and the.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a friend from Wisconsin who he kind of talks the same way, but I like the Michigan in you.
Yeah.
So tell me how is Michigan considered the Midwest? I
mean, like, yes and no. Like I feel like it's debatable. Some people call it like Eastern or like the Great Lakes region.
Okay.
But I feel like most people consider it the Midwest. I kind of do.
Okay.
Think.
It's like, how are we going to refer to it? I know I'm from Indiana and people call that the Midwest, but I'm from like Southern Indiana, but you're right above, So it's just, okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Indiana's for sure Midwest.
Yeah.
I would think. And then, I consider it Midwest.
Okay. So the country queen of the Midwest you are. Does anyone ever be like, a country artist from Michigan? What? Like how?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is like Michigan has country, where I grew up is northern Michigan. And it's not like I didn't grow up in like farm country. I grew up in like the woods.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we love the woods.
Yes. And so like it's pretty country, like we grew up like living off the land, pretty much back in the woods, far away from everything. And country music lives there still, there's a lot.
How did you get into music in the first place? Was that your like number one choice forever or?
Well, so my dad was a banjo picker, a really great banjo picker and guitar player. So I grew up hearing that music my entire life. And my mom played the upright bass too.
Oh, very musical family.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And so I grew up hearing it. And then, yeah, like when I was a teenager, my dad kind of was like, hey, let's get you on the guitar. So I have a guitar player and we can go out and we can play shows together.
Oh, all three of you as family.
Yes.
So they needed
Yes. And
someone else
actually,
to
at
do
that
guitar.
point, my brother started playing bass with us. So it was like me and my brother and my dad, and it was a family kind of thing. And so that's how I learned, was just my dad would book gigs and we would play all over Michigan. And
That's awesome.
yeah, that's just kind of how it came to be. I remember like we had these like similar to Nashville, but we played this every Tuesday night, 4 hours straight.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like it was cool. Like that's really how I learned. I was like 21 years old. You know what I mean? Like just playing like
Cutting the
hours.
chops every week.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how it started.
Very cool. So you guys played mostly like bluegrass, country,
Yep.
bluegrass?
Bluegrass, a lot of the bluegrass, a lot of country. Like my dad was bluegrass and folk mostly, but then I got kind of more into like the country stuff. So we would like throw in like country standards and stuff like that too. And
Who are some of your inspirations, artist-wise?
well, I have like top fives.
Okay.
I can give you my top five.
Or like what do they call it? The Mount Rushmore of like
Yeah.
your four top. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That'll work.
Okay.
4 or 5.
So Hank Williams Sr.
Yeah.
Probably number one. I was obsessed with Hank Williams for a very long time. He's just so good. He's
is.
like the king. And then Johnny Cash, for sure. Same thing. Johnny Cash, sometimes you hear Johnny Cash sing a song and it just feels like God is speaking to you. Or
Oh man, yeah, that voice. It just
it's
spears
weird.
right
It's
through
like,
you.
Yeah, it's like he's just so good. Fats Domino.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love Fats Domino. Like there's something about Fats that is like nobody else. He's magical. Like if you listen to Fats Domino, it's not country, but it's like country.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like he's just such a real, honest person that it feels like, I don't know, it feels really good to hear. And it's just, his groove is so good.
Sure.
I just love him.
Just a really good storyteller.
Yeah,
He
he's
does.
just so good. Yeah. And the next is probably Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I like this. This is an eclectic mix. I love it.
So Brian Wilson, that's another one like I grew up listening to a lot, were the Beach Boys. My brother was like older than me and into music more, and would like show me things, he was really into the Beach Boys, so he got me started on that. And Brian Wilson is just, like I said, like a genius, and hearing his abilities on all the Beach Boy records and then onto like his like later records, and so it's just brilliant. And the harmonies, that's how I learned how to just sing harmonies, is through the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, they have it in country music and stuff like that too, but it's like you hear the Beach Boy harmonies and you're hearing like 4 parts that don't even, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, how did he do that? So that's how I learned how to sing harmony. And then probably like my 5th would be maybe the Carter family.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the Carter family, but there's so many.
Yeah. You guys kind of had a little Carter family yourself.
Yeah. I love the Carter family too, just because it's so raw, I guess.
Sure.
They were like honest and good and it just felt like country.
Yeah.
I mean, like they were like the beginning of what would you call it? Like the beginning of commercial country music.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? But it was like directly from the hills. And it's real.
Very real, very raw, authentic
Yes.
storytelling family. I know much of that some people say is missing in a lot of mainstream
For sure.
these days. Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
so. Yeah, like whatever. Like people are going to do what they want to do.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to judge anybody for the music that they want to do. You know what I mean? Like I might not like it. You know what I mean? Like I might not enjoy it, but it's like if people are out to make money, go for it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If you're making an album that's like going to be commercial and you want to like cash in, and that's your big goal, go for it. Like that's not my goal. My goal is to write the best country music song I can write.
There you go. I love that. Yeah.
And that's probably why I have no money.
Jeez. To each their own, which I like about what you say there. No, I don't disagree. I mean, a lot of what, You're right. I was just having the conversation with Coleman Jennings. I was like, people can just write a marketable hit. They can just go in a room and they can just actually kind of manufacture what they know is going to be a hit. Not necessarily like the song they want to write, but there's some things that mean it's going to be marketable in terms of, mainstream country, whatever. But if that's not your thing, don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm, like I said, whatever you're in the music business for, cool.
Do your thing. You do you. Yeah.
Exactly. So
I think there's a big resurgence for your type of sound, that really raw, authentic storytelling. And I mean, your voice is like, if y'all have not listened, must do, because I feel any time that your music comes on, it just like transports me to another time in the best way. Like, you're one of the only voices that really feels like that to me. Not even like if you just stripped away all of your music and it was just your voice, like, just feels like 50s, 60s.
Wow.
Like,
thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I was doing a TikTok live the other week, and I do like a little radio show, and Dylan Holliday's a co-host. And I'll just like play some music. We'll talk a little bit, then I'll play some music. And one of your songs came on, and everyone in the comments was like, "Whoa, this feels like I'm like in 1920s, like speakeasy style." Like, you probably know the one it is, Late Night Lover.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's an old one of mine.
I love that one. It's got like the horns and like.
That's my uncle on the trumpet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The family, gosh. Yeah. But that's my favorite. Must listen. It just feels like, and I was like, wow, you're right. It does feel like I just stepped into like Prohibition era. Like, they're playing this and people are in their little flappies and they're dancing.
Yeah. I love that you like that one. That record I put that out in 2012.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I like that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool that you like connected with that one, because I rarely play that one live anymore. But maybe I should.
Maybe you should.
I should start playing that
See
one.
what happens. I don't know. I feel like it's then a lot different from like maybe your most recent stuff, right? Yeah. So
I mean, like, I go through phases of like what I'm inspired by.
Right.
So back then I was really that was like Fats Domino. I was into like old blues and like Howlin' Wolf and, and of course country. And so I think that all just kind of swirled together to make that record.
Yeah.
And so and then now I don't really know, like, I'm really into the lyrics more than anything. Like, I mean, not that I never was, but I just really am like focusing on like saying things in sort of like with some levity and like, you know what I mean? Like just saying what I need to say and focusing on saying it the best way I can.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, Shel Silverstein, Roger Miller, John Prine, like they had this ability to just be funny and smart. Mm-hmm. And those are the things that I'm currently into, like looking up to that and being inspired by their ability to do those things.
Yeah.
And they did it well.
I like that, like, you have so much music. You have so much music. And it's, now you're saying you go through different phases. Yeah. It's almost like each album is like chronicling a different time in your life.
For sure.
And it's just one of those things where like you're using that as like the expression of what you're going through in all these different phases of life. Is like the art is just the reflection literally of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great. And that's what makes it so authentic. And it feels like, and I said this to her when she walked in, like, she's kind of, your name is just infamous. It's like living in infamy, Rachel. When in 10 minutes, like, you have to whisper it. It's Rachel Brooke, because what do they call it? Like the underground country queen? It's like her fan base is like a cult, almost like if you know kind of thing.
Yeah.
What is underground? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean to you, that like the queen of underground country, or kind of however you say it?
Yeah. So what it means to me is like, well, it kind of, I don't really know. Like, I didn't pick that.
Yeah.
Somebody gave,
You're
like
assigned the nickname.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of cool, because it's like, I've, that name kind of made me uncomfortable sometimes, like growing through. It's like, I don't want to be underground. Like, I wish that people would hear about it more. But now I feel like I'm embracing that, because like there's so much cool stuff underground.
Yeah.
And it's like almost like maybe that is where I should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be okay with that. Because, there's certain things that, like, who knows where my music will reach, and if it will ever reach people on a big scale. Like, I don't know that, but I do know that I'm going to be doing this for a long time.
Good.
And there's going to be, it might not be, how some people are successful like this, you know, like I'm probably just gonna just keep going for a long, long time, and
Sure.
who knows what's gonna happen with it. But
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like I'm cool with it. Like my goal is just to keep writing and creating like good country songs or you know, whatever feels right to me at the time. And
Absolutely.
if that's underground and always underground, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. So it kind of means, I guess, in this sense, just, I don't know how to even really say it. I guess just not of the mainstream, I
Yeah.
guess, kind of
Right.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I see mainstream music, and I realize that like maybe that is not what I am meant for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a self-awareness.
Carve your own lane, though.
Yeah, it's not that I don't feel like people would like it. I just feel like, you know, I might not be cut out for that kind of stuff.
Sure.
I can barely keep up now with like the way things are. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everything is so fast moving. Everything is like online, here and gone.
Sure.
And it's like, you know, that is hard.
Yeah. Kind of flash in the panty.
It is. And it's hard because it never used to be that way. And, you know, I don't want to sound like I can't learn and adapt, because I do. I feel like I'm good at adapting to changes and things like that. But, you know, I'm already putting in so much work as it is at this level.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm cut out for the mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Well, it feels like it's a career built on, it's such honest, raw, authentic art. It's built on longevity. Like you've
Yes.
been in the game for a long time. You're going to be in the game for a long
Exactly.
time, because
Yeah.
there's always a market for what you're doing, even if it's not like the mainstream, because we know what is considered popular.
Yeah.
It just changes all the time.
It does.
It does. Would you ever like consider doing a deal or like having a team or anything like
Yeah.
that? Or would you rather keep a lot of that?
No, I would, but I want to. So I've kind of been stubborn in a way.
Okay.
Because I want somebody to believe in me as much as I do.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
so, do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of waiting for somebody to say, I want to work with you, because then that means that like they are, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's sort of like my rule. If somebody says like, I want to work with you, I want to book you, or I want to help you in your career, I would consider that.
Yeah.
And because that shows that they're interested and believe in what I can do.
They're dedicated. They care just as much as you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's like, at this point, it's like, I haven't met many people who believe in it as much as I do.
Yeah.
Do you know? And that's the key to me. It's like, I would be open to those things 100%. But I'm waiting for somebody to approach me with the same interest and investment of who I am.
There you go. That's a good thing to hold out
Yes.
for. Same thing in relationships too. Shoot, just like waiting
Yeah,
around
exactly.
for people to just be like, "You were the one,"
Yes,
not just
that's
playing around.
exactly
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I want to know that, like, you know, like you're
invested.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. So far, I'm just kind of waiting around for that, I guess.
Well, I do like research and stuff for these, and everyone is like the critique and the compliments and the feedback and the press and the follow-up and everything from everyone is just like, you gotta hear her. She's so good. Even Saving Country Music, Rolling Stone, and we just talked about Country Bunker, how he was, you know, one of your biggest supporters. And who else? Shooter Jennings.
Yep.
What did he say? Like, you got to keep an eye on her or something like that? How'd that feel? Have you worked with him?
Not like as like a producer or anything like that.
Yeah.
But years ago, we connected somehow through like, I remember. There was a band called Fifth on the Floor, and he was producing their record, and I sang on that record.
Nice.
Yeah, and then he had, you know, he played some of my stuff on his radio show and stuff like that. And since then he's doing lots of like producing lots of records and stuff like that. So yeah, he's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be right up his alley. Shooter, this is to you, buddy. This is to you. So rumor has it, though, you were in a punk band for a while. Tell me about that. And then I want to know, too, where Rattlesnake came from.
Oh, sure. Well, actually, they kind of go together.
Oh, okay.
So the true story of of the rattlesnake was like me and my best friend. We worked together. I don't know. It was like we were like teenagers. We were working at the same place, and we just gave each other nicknames, like Western cowboy nicknames when we were working together. And so she called me like Rattlesnake, and hers was Old Timer. And so it was like she gave me, it was like
Cute.
Yeah, it was cute, and it was just fun. You know what I mean? So like around that same time, I was in that punk band, and we were. I don't know. There was like names. We had like so like my friend Kelly, her name was like Kelly Kamikaze, you know, it was like a punk rock thing to do, you know. And so like I guess I was like, well, someone gave me the nickname Rattlesnake, so I guess I'll be Rattlesnake in this band. You know?
Yeah.
And so I never really like went by it or anything like that, but it was just always like there, you know what I mean? And so like I started and this is kind of stupid, but like when I started my Instagram years ago, like I don't know how long Instagram has been out, but like probably when it first came out, that was my Instagram handle.
Right.
It's just Rachel Rattlesnake Brooke.
Which probably like 20 million thousand Rachel Brooks. Like,
exactly. So I was just like, well, you know, this is an old nickname of mine, so I'll just throw it in there. And so it's just actually kind of been like recent that it's been becoming more of like a thing.
I love it.
So
I love it. I thought maybe it's because you were like spicy. You're just like, ooh, she's.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. Like, I kind of like I'm embracing the rattlesnake thing because, you know, what's cool about snakes is like they shed their skin, they change, they grow, and they adapt. And I was like, I can relate to that because that kind of feels like me.
Yeah.
I think that's
good
kind
imagery.
You know, like I've been through many phases. I'm rediscovering who I am and like, you know, finding new things that inspire me, and I really do feel that like I'm constantly changing, like a snake. And so, you know, plus, you know, they say I come with a cautionary tale, so
Don't we all?
Yeah,
Don't we all?
it works.
Yeah, better watch out. Poisonous. She got a little rattle. Yeah, that's fun. Are you into astrology at all? Because that just made me think about
kind of. Yeah, you know,
bit.
like I do. I kind of like it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that because you said like this, shedding. I don't know anything about it. Like I didn't even up until recently know that I was a Gemini. I think I figured that out like 2 years ago. Yeah, I was like, I don't really know what that means, but cool. But it's been on my mind a lot lately, probably because the algorithm. But we are just out of the year of the snake, where like everything is shed into the year of the horse, which is my favorite animal.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be like shedding all your dead skin, all your dead weight, preparing the bad times for these good times, these free energy, big moves and everything. So does that kind of feel like
I do.
the path you're on?
Actually, yes. Like last year was so transformative for me in my soul and in my mind and my place in the world, I feel like. I don't know why, but it truly was the year of the snake for me. So this year, we're just in the beginning of the year. I hope that there's, you know, it's as, you know, just as it was true for me in the snake, I hope it's true for the fire horse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the fire horse. That's right.
So we'll see.
And astrology is so interesting as I'm always, it keeps you on your toes, you know, like one day somebody will say, get ready, you're in for like the best week of your life. It's going to be full of abundance and excitement and energy. And then the next somebody's going to be like, you better keep your therapist on speed dial because you're about to have a freaking downward spiral kind of thing. You never know what you're going to get.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So interesting. Well, talk to me about Sing's sad songs.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to hear I guess maybe where you were with that album and what that kind of represented for you.
So that record was last year, the year of the snake. You know, it was like I was hitting it hard on the road. I was feeling very much like I didn't feel comfortable. Like it's kind of a strange thing. Like I felt like I was like in this place where nothing felt right anymore. And I was just like, I had to take like a break from all the stuff I was working on because I was still working on like stuff for this record that's recently coming out. But like I had to like put it on pause. I stopped going on the road. And then I was like, I can't do this. It was like became too much.
Yeah.
All the things that you have to do, the social media, the constant like just, I don't know. It was just a lot. And I said, I can't do this anymore. But there's a part of me that felt like I had to like get it out, I guess. And so that's what Sing Sad Songs was. I just went down into my basement and I did it my way. I did it by myself. There's a lot of sad songs on there. Just, I guess it felt good to just get out some of that stuff in that moment. I felt like I had to.
Yeah.
And then I just released the record and it felt good. It felt like this was a moment that was very tough. It was emotional, but going through the process of it all and creating something out of it felt really good.
Yeah.
And that's what that record was.
Yeah. I just read a book that I think it was like Trials into Triumph or something like that. And it feels like, that authentic approach to art, whereas you were kind of talking about earlier, you use it to just like chronicle where you're at in life. And you're turning those trials that you're kind of going through into this album that you're so proud of.
Yes.
And like all these people, of course, can relate. Like we're not the only people going through sad things.
Everybody is.
Everyone. It's like a universal. And that's what I love so much about like country music in particular. And, you got to love a good country song.
Yeah.
A full album of sad country songs.
That's
like
right.
You're just in it with you,
And and I kind of also was thinking like, well, I need to do some sad songs like, because my next couple songs are records, I should say. There's some sad ones, but it's a little lighthearted. I mean, like funny storytelling and things like that. It doesn't get down deep into like a lot of those deep emotions like sad songs does. This one's a little bit like more brainy or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Witty, like kind of.
Yeah, kind of just like I was thinking more. I wasn't feeling more.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I wasn't, and so, I figured let's have a good feel record.
Yeah, I love a good feel record.
Yeah.
You bring everyone in your feels with you.
Yeah.
What do you do now these days? Because we talked about this too, but it's so much like doing everything. It's a lot of pressure. There's just like, you got to do something every day. There's not a lot of time to take a break. What are some of those rituals that you do for yourself? Maybe like when you need to withdraw or you're feeling it mentally, like you got to make sure, hey, this is a mental health day. I got to like take care of me right now. What are some of those rituals that you kind of go to?
So I actually am pretty routine.
Okay.
I like routine. So like I like walk a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I walk. So one of the things I do is the reason I'm here is reconnecting with what I enjoy about music.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily enjoy the social media stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't really like doing that. And I don't really like, but it's so necessary to exist anymore.
Yeah.
If you're not on there, nobody knows you're there.
True.
And which can be, actually beneficial in some ways too. I've noticed, but what I like to do when I'm feeling that way is just reconnect with people who are just want to play music, who have no other goals except for being in the moment, sitting around in a room and picking and connecting. And that's what I love.
Yeah. That community aspect to music. Yeah.
And when you're online and social media, you don't have that.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do when I feel like I need to take a break, a self-care, and that's why I'm here.
I love that. I love that. I know because we just saw, like Culture Wall paused his tour and, all that and not doing live an indefinite hiatus from live music, cancel all their shows and stuff for mental health reasons. And I feel like, it's prevalent. Everybody's going through, there's a lot of pressure and sometimes they just got to choose them,
Yeah, like I don't know I don't know his story. So I don't want to speak for him, but like I feel like I can relate to him because that's how I felt. Like I couldn't even like want to be on the road during that. And I still kind of don't. Like what I do know about Coulter Wallen is that he's country, like he works a farm, right? Like, or whatever, or you know what I mean? Like he's like a country person. And so like when people, and I consider myself that same way, like simple, grew up in, living off the land. This this is not the world for us.
Yeah.
This is like whatever's happening now is like it's the opposite of who we are.
Yeah.
And
Feels a little unnatural in a way.
yes. In trying to make it work, it's like a puzzle piece that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's tough. I
sure it's
understand
tough.
it. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody's on their own journey of figuring it out, and somehow we do, I guess.
Yeah.
But
And guys, welcome back. After a brief hiatus, we had to change rooms here, so it looks a little bit different, our background, but you know, we have to do what you have to do. So now we're in like a newsroom-esque type of interview things. I feel like I'm grilling you for,
right.
Okay, so we just talked about the importance of mental health and your rituals because you're very routined and you like to connect to live music and community and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I'm curious because we talked a lot about your upcoming albums and the albums that you have out and who your influences are and what you feel like is your goal in country music. I'm curious about your writing style. That's one of the things that Dave suggested that we talk about, and I actually had someone to answer my story today curious about where your writing style comes from.
I don't really know if I can put it into words, you know, like, because I feel like my style changes so much. It kind of just like, I guess like whatever I'm inspired by. So like for a while I was really inspired by Shel Silverstein. He really inspired me because, you know, he's written a lot of great songs and they're great stories. And so, you know, I was like, I'm going to write a song kind of like that, you know, and one of them is on the new record.
Yeah.
It's called When Doob Gets the Crud.
Okay. We like that. Yeah. That's intriguing.
Yeah. So it's like, that is a song inspired by the writing style of somebody else, you know, but like, honestly, it's kind of hard to say, you know, I guess I just like, you know, when artists say things like the songs just write themselves,
Yeah.
or, well, you know, it's like, that's sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not, you know, for me, like I've written songs that like I wrote in an hour, and then like other times I've written songs that took weeks to perfect. And so I don't really know if I can really like say like what my style is, you know what I mean? It kind of just feels like whatever
Just comes to you,
whatever is I'm inspired by. I feel like I have to stay open.
Sure.
I have to stay open to what's going on around me for the light bulb to go off.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so easy to just like, especially right now in this cycle of like I said earlier, like the PR cycle or like the administrative cycle of a record. I'm kind of turned off to like a lot of the things that are happening around me. You know what I mean? And so as long as you're like you're staying open, like you could be inspired by anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
I like that. Yeah. Stay open and just kind of wait for inspiration to come wherever it comes from.
Exactly. And that like for sure like affects my writing style.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what I mean?
Do you have any songs in the back of your head that you haven't written yet that you're just like, ooh, yeah, this is a great idea? So like if me and you were to sit down here right now and like start writing a song, what would be the first thing that you would do? Like how do we share ideas or like, okay.
So like if we were to write a song, I'd say, well, what is something important to you? Like what is something that's happening on food? Okay. And then how does it make you feel? And then we would just go, and then I like, all right, well, let's make a story out of that. For me, writing is the best way I can put it is I see a picture.
Okay.
A story is a picture. It's like a painting.
Yeah.
Okay. And so like, what is the painting? And then the words, the rhythm, you know, like everything else is like a puzzle piece to put together that picture.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all has to fit together, but it's one thought.
Yeah.
A song should be, in my opinion, you're saying one thing.
That's
and
a good visual.
Yes. What is the picture that you're trying to say, you know? And then everything else just kind of comes together. It fits in that, the puzzle pieces come together.
Yeah. What's the core thought or the core theme?
Yes.
And then what little pieces come together to tell that story?
Yes.
Okay. That makes it, you know, I dabbled a little bit in writing, but I'm not good at it at all. And so it's like that little bit of a suggestion is very helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
And I won't write a song about food. We don't have to write a song about food. Nope, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because on the way here, I was thinking about this song idea called the hot chicken blues.
Oh, okay. So we do have food on our mind. This is good. Hot chicken
The
blues.
hot chicken blues, so you never know. There might be something about that coming.
I like that, especially here in Nashville.
Yes, that's what it is.
Go film a music video at like Hattie B's or something like that, and it could be their theme song.
Yesterday, yes.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
Nice.
and I love Hattie B's, actually. I love it.
There you go.
It's my favorite.
I am not a spicy food person, but I wrote this sentence here that I wanted to read to you because I was going through all of, like, I've said so many times, like, your authenticity and the way that, like, you write and your sound and your style that I love. And I was going through everything, listening to your music and like reading about everything. And I wrote this down too after I talked to Dave, which still shout out to Country Bunker because you're so helpful here. I wanted to say that you show an etiquette that I think is lost on a lot of people these days. The way that you conduct yourself in doing all of everything, all of your business, all of your art, everything without sacrificing quality, without selling out, and still being a kind AF human. And that is saying something because many people can't do that. And I wanted to say that word for word because I would have never remembered it.
Yeah, wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully I don't cry. What am I doing here? Okay, so I would play a little game, if you will, because one of your songs that what was it? You chose poorly. Is that a recent one?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
It's on the new record.
On the new record. Go listen to it. Do we have a date for that?
Well, the record is April 24th, but that single's out.
Yes. Singles out record April 24th, and you can pre-save right now.
Yes.
Okay. You chose poorly. So we're going to go through some times that we chose poorly.
Okay. Yeah.
But we have different, where'd it go? Here we go. Okay. So like I can say relationship, and then you give me like the time that you chose poorly. What was a red flag or what was a bad thing? Or we could say like worst advice that you've ever gotten, worst outfit decision, worst like phase in your life, whatever. Okay. So that's a little game. So you chose poorly. Hopefully everybody will relate with this. So relationship scenario. Was there one that you chose poorly in?
Yes, many.
Shocker.
Without naming names, I'd say all but one.
Okay. Are you your current one? Are you
Yeah.
Are you married?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is not about you. All right. So yeah. So there was what was this? What was the story? Was it like a red flag? Did he do something crazy? Like,
Well,
do you need to hunt him down and?
let's see. All red flags.
Oh boy.
It's just, they're all are just like a I chose poorly moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, what am I doing? Still here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any specific instances for that one, but probably on purpose. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I'd rather, you know what I mean? Like they're.
Some things we choose to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd say mine was I chose to stay with a guy after he cheated on me for 17 months and stayed with him for 4 years after that.
You chose poorly.
I chose poorly. That should be like a little, you chose poorly. Bing, buzzer. Yes. Okay. Worst advice you've ever received that you chose to adhere to or that you chose to follow?
Probably to keep going
Yeah.
when everything in your soul tells you not to. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that happened recently, like you can do it, or,
Just
people
keep pushing.
tell you like, keep pushing and keep doing it when you're literally broken inside. That's what it is. It's like, no, I learned that lesson, and it was a tough one to learn because when you're conflicted about like what you love to do and like what it takes to get there, it's, it will literally break you.
Yeah.
And so I tried and I had chose poorly. I should have just, now I know where I am, who I am, what I will accept and what I will not.
Yeah. Listen to yourself.
Yes.
Listen to your own instincts.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree 100%. That was my answer too. Because people will tell you, like, your career, you're a business owner, you're doing everything. As a business owner myself too, people will always tell you, just keep pushing when it gets hard, like over and over and over again. Even though you're burnt out, you feel it in your gut that it's not the right thing, because otherwise they're just like, no, it's just, you give up when it's hard. You're being lazy, you're being a quitter.
Yep.
And that can ruin you mentally
It
sometimes.
has.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people don't understand it. I think they give advice that they think is good but they're not living it.
Sure.
They don't know
How you really feel.
Yeah, and there's a lot of misconceptions about this industry where, people, they only kind of choose to see, or maybe that's all they see is the good, the highlights,
Right.
the things, and the things that we show on social media. In their world, that's all that it is.
Yeah.
But there's so many things. There's like a shadow side that is really tough. And, ask any artist, they'll tell you, you know what I mean? It's not easy to just keep going.
Yeah. Girl,
to
preach.
yes.
Preach. Absolutely. All right. Well, buzzer. We chose poorly. All right. A night out or a drinking story that you chose poorly, made poor decisions under the
Okay.
influence.
Let me think on this one. Let me think on this one. Oh, they're... okay. I got one.
Okay.
This is recent.
Oh,
I had a drink that was like a weed drink.
yikes. Yeah,
like
those are tough. Like those little ciders have THC or whatever.
Yeah, they have THC in them. And I drank too many sips of it and I was gone. Like,
She was on another planet.
yeah, I was. I was like, I remember like trying to like calm down, and watching something on TV, but like I kept like, I was like literally almost to the point where I was like tripping or something. Like I was like bubbles coming out of my own thoughts had like thoughts.
You had thought bubbles? You were like hallucinating thought bubbles?
My thoughts had thoughts.
Your thoughts had thoughts.
Like,
My thoughts had thoughts.
yes. And so I was just like, like I had way too much. I chose poorly.
She chose poorly.
Yes. It was
Never again.
Never again. That stuff's so tricky, like when you have an edible or something like that.
Yeah.
But you don't, like I literally had like, I don't know, like just a couple sips more than I guess I should have.
Normal. Yeah.
And it affected me for like days.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I know that stuff's hard to, I haven't tried any. I wouldn't know how I would fare with those. Yeah.
Like it's, I got to turn the light on just so I know where I am, in my room, like, because it takes you away.
That's tough. I know.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling about being under the influence. You don't even know where you are. That's
Yes.
kind of my similar one. Do you remember Four Locos? Do you remember those?
I don't know, actually. I don't think so.
I think today they're just energy drinks. But back in the day when I was in college, which was like 14 years ago, we're going to date me on that. They were a literally deadly mixture of caffeine and alcohol. Four Locos. They had both in it. And I'm quite certain a few people died on them. So like that's why they had to adjust the chemical makeup, the formula, whatever it is. I went to a party when I was in college with a friend of mine who went to U of L. We happened to be at one of Muhammad Ali's kids' houses. And that was my first night ever trying them. And she was like, yo, just like try half of one, see how you feel, whatever. I ended up having 2 full ones. Pretty much the only thing I remember is that the cops came. I was passed out in the front yard behind a couple of bushes. She had to come find me. We went to Denny's. I ordered something at Denny's. I went to the bathroom, threw up all over the bathroom floor, and they kicked me out, and I can't go back to that Denny's.
Yeah.
Chose poorly. Boop.
You chose poorly there. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being a part of this segment of You Chose Poorly.
Yes.
We chose poorly.
Well, you mentioned an outfit where I chose poorly. And I
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yes. So when I was a kid, I remember I wore this outfit. It was like, I liked it. It was like a really cool outfit that I got to wear.
Okay.
And I liked it so much that I decided I chose to wear it 2 days in a row. And, cause like, I liked it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, and so like I went to school the next day and some kid was like, didn't you wear that yesterday? He called me out on it, and as a kid, I was like so embarrassed. I was like, wait a minute, is this bad? Are you not allowed to wear like the same thing twice? Like nowadays I wear the same thing all the time. Like
Same.
But like, I felt like a very I chose poorly moment back then, and it still haunts me to this day.
How old were you?
I was in like 2nd grade.
Wow. I think it's more impressive that kid called you out because he was so, he noticed and he actually knew that you were out.
That's
2 days
actually,
in
I
a
never
row.
thought of that.
He should have been so judgmental.
Yeah,
Maybe
right?
he liked you because he noticed that you were wearing the same
I've never
thing.
even thought about that before.
Silver lining.
Yeah, there you go.
But today, as an adult, it's acceptable to wear the same thing 2 days.
I wear the same thing all the time. You know what I mean? But like, because it's like,
Who sees me?
exactly. And why would anybody else care?
Yeah.
Right? That's
Plot
what I
twist.
think.
I wore this yesterday.
Yeah.
And nobody saw me, so I'm wearing it again.
Exactly.
That was a good one. I like that one. Okay, yeah, outfit was the last one in there.
Okay.
You.
Because I had one on in mind when you mentioned it.
Yeah, right away for the outfit.
Yeah.
That's impressive too that you remember that. It really must have stung if you remember that back from second grade.
Well, it was a moment where I was like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Like I was confused and embarrassed. Yeah, and what about my mom? Like she must not have been paying much attention.
Right.
Whatever, you know what I mean?
And she was just like, whatever she wants to do, she can do. Learn the hard way.
I guess that's true. Yeah, she was that was her parenting technique,
Yeah, make decisions for yourself.
That's true, yeah.
I love it. Girlfriend, this has been so fun.
Yes.
Thank you for everything in this we chose poorly.
Yeah.
And everything else that we talked about. Make sure that you guys go get a pre-save. This one's for you.
Yep, they can pre-save it digitally or pre-order the record. Both.
Yeah.
Either one. And yeah, it's out April 24th.
Love it. I know we'll be sharing some more stuff before then, or at least I will. And then when it comes out, we're going to have a party because I love your music. And then good luck tomorrow at Honky Tonk.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, girl.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. Loved it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.